it's impossible for the marriage to continue. I think the children keep them together. I think the lack of escape for Harry to back to the royal family will keep them together. But they're under huge pressure now because of the finances. And I think that is always a huge test, a big test.
Royal biographer Tom Bower has outlined what he believes are 10 possible reasons Meghan Markle could eventually end her marriage to Prince Harry. According to his analysis, several of those warning signs may already be appearing in their relationship. Be sure to stay until number 8, because Bower suggests that particular reason could help explain why the couple may struggle to remain together in the years ahead. One of his strongest arguments is that marrying Meghan may have marked one of the most significant turning points in Harry's life. Before Meghan entered the picture, Prince Harry was often known as the Happy Prince. He enjoyed widespread popularity, was well respected by the public, and devoted a great deal of his time to charitable causes. He established and helped lead several organizations across the United Kingdom and Africa. And many people viewed him as someone genuinely committed to making a positive difference in the lives of others.
Said in my book, Betrayal, that he was brainwashed by Meghan, and of course he continues to be brainwashed by her. And he is actually, I think by now, at wit's end. He doesn't know what to do. He's been humiliated in London today. He's going to, for the rest of the week, try to restore some credibility, but in the end, he's going to fail.
According to Tom Bower, the direction of Prince Harry's life began to change after Meghan Markle became part of it. He argues that several developments followed, including legal action involving Centibale, the charity Harry co-founded, as well as public scrutiny surrounding the finances of the Archewell Foundation. Bower also points to business partnerships that have reportedly slowed and a number of high-profile projects that have struggled to meet expectations. Based on his assessment, he believes Meghan no longer has a reliable source of significant income and claims that many of the opportunities once available to her have largely come to an end.
Meghan has got no real income anymore. She's finished.
Right.
The Netflix series is over. There's no great podcast. They don't generate any money. And I don't see where she is going from here. I think she has a major problem. And I think as of this week, the signal for her great problem...
According to Tom Bower, all of these developments have affected how Prince Harry is viewed publicly. And he argues that Harry is no longer seen as the same valuable public figure or influential brand asset he once was. Bower also claims that Meghan has consistently preferred surrounding herself with people who could strengthen her influence, expand her opportunities, and elevate her public image. Based on that viewpoint, he suggests that if Harry is no longer able to provide those advantages, the strain on their marriage could continue to grow. Bower goes on to speculate that Meghan might eventually choose to pursue a different path if she believes someone else could offer greater opportunities and a higher public profile. He further argues that Harry has become increasingly isolated, claiming he has been left without the strong family connections, close friendships, and level of financial security that he once enjoyed.
Now she's just stuck with this depressed ginger who has absolutely no family, no friends, and no money. This was not hashtag part of the plan. So what is she supposed to do now? Now, if she's smart, and she is that, she's very savvy, she will find a way to bounce past him to some other taker who might actually just love the guy. She will take her royal kids, who can still go by prince and princess, and find the billion.
According to Tom Bower, Meghan Markle has gradually been creating a lifestyle that does not always revolve around Prince Harry. He points to her increasing number of solo appearances at fashion events, business meetings, and other public engagements as examples of that shift. Although the couple still attends certain events together, Bower believes those joint appearances often take place when they are mutually beneficial from a public relations standpoint.
But their latest potential PR stunt comes as rumours circulate of Meghan forcing a, quote, brand separation as she attempts to distance herself from her husband's victim narrative and forge a separate role.
Bower also claims that Meghan's public strategy has become increasingly focused on building her own identity. According to his assessment, whenever she believes appearing alongside Prince Harry will generate positive publicity, strengthen her personal brand, or attract significant media attention, the couple is more likely to make a joint appearance. However, when those advantages are less apparent, Bower suggests she often chooses to attend events on her own while continuing to develop her independent public image. In his view, this growing sense of independence could be another indication that their relationship may not be as closely aligned as it once appeared to the public.
You know, Piers, you're the first person to say how limited Prince Harry is, unfortunately, and how his wife trades off her husband's fame and fortune, or not so great fortune now.
Tom Bauer also points to what he believes is a recurring pattern in Meghan Markle's personal relationships. According to his view, when someone is no longer contributing to her personal or professional progress, she tends to create distance from that relationship. As an example, he frequently references Meghan's first marriage to Trevor Engelson, arguing that once the relationship no longer aligned with her goals, it eventually came to an end. Bauer also notes that broadcaster Piers Morgan has publicly claimed Meghan stopped communicating with him after her public profile and social standing continued to grow.
Harry, to put it politely, I think she is very manipulative. Meghan Markle is someone who's basically got rid of almost her entire family on her side, apart from her mother, her entire family on the father's side, including her father, which is incredibly sad. And now she's wrestled Harry away from his family.
According to Tom Bauer, this same pattern could eventually emerge in Meghan Markle's marriage to Prince Harry. He argues that Meghan is no longer receiving the same level of media attention, royal connections, or public influence that she once enjoyed. Bauer also claims that even the Invictus Games, an event many observers believe provided her with significant public visibility, may no longer be as welcoming to her involvement as in the past. Based on his assessment, if Harry's most recognizable public platform is no longer able to provide the same opportunities or visibility, Bauer believes Meghan could eventually feel there is less incentive to remain in the marriage.
He is very calculating and very ruthless and very self-promoting, but she's taken on more in the end than she can chew. And I do think in the end, one of the greatest mysteries, which I got glimpses of and reveal them in the book, but whether she's really happy or miserable, whether she realizes what an awful fate awaits her in the years to come.
Tom Bauer argues that Meghan Markle has long been driven by one primary ambition, achieving worldwide fame. According to his perspective, before meeting Prince Harry, she worked to expand her career through acting and other professional opportunities, but never reached the level of global recognition she had hoped for. Bauer believes that marrying Prince Harry instantly elevated her profile, bringing international attention, widespread media coverage, and worldwide name recognition. In his view, that approach initially delivered exactly the results she wanted. However, Bauer also claims that many of those advantages have gradually diminished over time. He points to entertainment partnerships that have reportedly lost momentum, a public image that has become increasingly divided, and the belief that Harry's royal connections no longer provide the same level of influence or access they once did.
And they are literally wallowing in in a maze where to go. And so predictably. And so that is the problem. And for them to come back in the midst of the current royal crisis here would be impossible to.
According to Tom Bauer, if Meghan Markle continues to seek greater fame, financial success, influence, and celebrity status, she may eventually begin searching for opportunities that no longer rely on Prince Harry. Bauer also believes that financial pressures could become another major challenge for their marriage. He points to the reported slowdown in their Netflix partnership, the end of their Spotify agreement, and several business ventures that have not performed as expected. Based on his assessment, Harry is no longer generating the same level of income that he once did, while maintaining the couple's lifestyle continues to require significant financial resources.
Word on the streets is that Meghan has told Harry, you got to get your butt out there and bring in some more moolah.
That Meghan is deeply worried about their finances, that actually she's got a sense and understanding of money that Harry absolutely doesn't, because he's an aristocrat who's never had to worry about cash, never seen a bill in his life.
That's mad.
Bauer argues that maintaining Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's lifestyle requires enormous financial resources. According to his assessment, ongoing expenses such as security, staff salaries, travel, property maintenance, and day-to-day living can amount to millions of dollars each year. He believes that if their income continues to decline while those costs remain just as high, Harry could gradually become more of a financial responsibility than a financial advantage. Based on Bauer's view, if Meghan concludes that their current lifestyle is no longer sustainable, it could place even greater strain on the marriage and increase the possibility of a future separation. Bauer also refers to reports claiming that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have participated in high-value fundraising events, including occasions where donors were reportedly asked to contribute around $100,000 for the opportunity to attend a dinner supporting their charitable foundation.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, they're charging donors $100,000 to have dinner to raise funds for their charity. The couple turned to Charity Buzz, a fundraising platform, to facilitate the dinners. So basically, Meghan Markle, if you pay her $100,000, she will come have dinner with you. That is how desperate they are for cash. Like, listen, okay. This woman has fallen from grace. Meghan Markle, at this point, you're nothing more than a yacht girl. You're a yacht girl, you're an escort, you're charging $100K to have dinner. I'm here to...
Tom Bower also argues that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle may no longer be working toward the same long-term goals. According to his assessment, Harry reportedly misses life in England and still hopes to achieve some level of reconciliation with members of the royal family by rebuilding certain relationships over time. Even if he never returns as a working royal, Bower believes Harry still wants to maintain a connection to his roots and spend more time in the United Kingdom. He then leaves the question open for public discussion, inviting viewers to consider what might be motivating Harry's reported desire to return. Is it a longing to reconnect with his family, or could there be other reasons behind that wish?
Meghan and Harry's crisis, completely of their own making, is they have no major projects, no major money earners. And so they're more desperate than ever. And I think that they don't know what to do other than to try and come back to Britain and rebuild themselves as some sort of members of the royal family.
According to Tom Bower, Meghan Markle's long-term ambitions are very different from Prince Harry's. He believes Meghan intends to remain in California, continue growing her business interests, and further establish herself as a well-known celebrity and entrepreneur. In Bower's view, she has little desire to return to Britain or take on a traditional royal role again. He argues that when two people begin pursuing completely different futures, those opposing goals alone can place significant strain on a marriage. Bower also claims that Meghan prefers to keep her future options open whenever possible. Based on his assessment, if someone with greater financial success, stronger business influence, or a higher social profile were to enter the picture, he believes Meghan could begin considering an entirely different direction for her life. Bower even speculates about the possibility of a wealthy Silicon Valley entrepreneur or an older billionaire, who, in his opinion, could offer the lifestyle, influential connections, and financial security he believes she values without the public controversies that currently surround Harry. Whether or not that ever becomes reality, Bower argues that Meghan prefers never to feel limited by her circumstances, which is why he believes she may already be keeping an alternative path available if she ever chooses to take it.
But she'd have to have an escape route. She'd have to find a sort of a Silicon Valley or somehow aging billionaire that would want to take her on. I don't think she'd walk into the wilderness. I can't imagine any man finding happiness with Meghan Markle. I mean, I think it'll be pretty difficult. But I'm told there are Americans that would find her attractive.
Tom Bower also highlights several public moments that he believes reflect growing tension between Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. He refers to appearances where, according to his interpretation, Meghan seemed to pull her hand away from Harry or appeared emotionally distant, including during visits to New York. While Bower acknowledges that isolated incidents do not necessarily prove there are problems within a marriage, he argues that when these moments are considered together, they may point to a relationship facing increasing pressure. He also references reports of disagreements during overseas trips, including their visit to Colombia, while noting that, like any marriage, only the people involved truly know what is happening behind the scenes.
I've seen in Colombia alone, and there was a big row there. But, you know, these are marriages. I can't tell you. I mean, the thing about Meghan is that she fascinates us because she is so determined, so ruthless, so narcissistic, so determined to succeed. And at the moment, she's on a downward spiral. She's paying the price of betrayal. Betrayal not only of the royal family and her father, and as you say, her first husband, but lots of friends.
According to Tom Bower, Meghan Markle no longer seems as comfortable around Prince Harry as she once appeared to be. He suggests that if she ever begins feeling the marriage is no longer benefiting her either personally or professionally, those visible moments of distance could become even more noticeable over time. Bower also describes Harry as becoming increasingly isolated from the life he once had. He points out that many of Harry's longtime friends are no longer part of his everyday circle. His relationship with much of the royal family remains strained, and several of the organizations that once played a major role in shaping his public image are no longer as closely associated with him as they were in the past.
So he became hypersensitive and blamed the media for the crashes of his relationships, never thinking that they could have something to do with himself. So he's a very complicated, depressed, unintelligent man who is seeking a role and has got really nobody on whom he could rely.
Because of all of this, Tom Bower believes Prince Harry has become increasingly dependent on Meghan Markle. However, he argues that if Meghan ever starts seeing Harry as more of an emotional responsibility than someone who adds value to her future, the balance within their relationship could shift dramatically. In Bower's view, that change could make it much easier for Meghan to walk away if she ever decided to end the marriage. Finally, Bower claims that one of the biggest reasons the relationship continues is the ongoing value of the royal connection. According to him, Meghan's Duchess title still brings worldwide recognition, credibility, media attention, and opportunities that might not otherwise be available. He believes that their association with the royal family continues to generate headlines across the globe. At the same time, Bower argues that if those royal titles were ever to lose their commercial appeal, or if Harry could no longer provide the influence, public status, and opportunities that once came with his royal background, Meghan might eventually begin questioning what benefits remain in staying married. In Bower's opinion, the combination of Prince Harry and the royal title still holds significant value today, but he believes that value has been steadily declining over time.
You don't need to keep your titles anymore. After they trade on their titles, they make their money by always parading themselves with the Duke and Duchess and the Prince. So if they want to make their money out of trashing Britain, then why should they be recognized as the Duke and